Good morning, everybody, on this blustery spring morning. I'm not sure what it's like where you're at, but we have got quite a bit of wind here today. I hope everyone is well. You've all been on my heart, in my mind, in my thoughts, and I send blessings of love and peace and joy and hope to you this morning. I'll just jump right in. I'm sure I'm not the only one. This last little stretch that we've gone through, probably it could stretch anywhere from the last couple of weeks into the last 3 months or so. This sense of discord, this sense of scattering, disorientation, not being able to keep your feet on the ground, forgetting things, all your old skills that you used to have becoming something that is difficult for you to do, forgetting things. Just feeling this sense of disorientation. And this is a key word to this message this morning because it's really important that we understand this. I've been walking through this with everyone else as well as you have been. I'm just finishing up my coffee, so. Wow. Look at that. Because of the angle of the camera, that looks like a 2-gallon cup. It's actually only, I think 16 ounces. But man, doesn't that look like I'm serious coffee drinker? I kind of am, but there you go. Good morning to you. It's a pretty good size cup. But anyways, so this disorientation. And then I do have some notes here that I kept because I just woke up this morning. I had no idea I was going to be doing this video. And Spirit came in and said, hey, let's do this. So I said, okay. All right. This time frame that we're in. One of the difficulties that we're encountering is this new that's trying to come, that is not trying, it's succeeding, but this new that's being birthed is a planless time. This is really important to hear. Planless. It is time to forget the old, completely forget it. If you're finding that you're kind of forgetful right now, have you noticed this kind of almost natural, innate thing occurring where things that you've known for concrete forever are all of a sudden kind of, it's like it's disappearing, and you go to grab it and you're like, I've done that for years. What in the heck is going on? Okay, this disorientation that we're experiencing. Okay, these are some very, very important things. This is a planless time. The new that's being birthed, this thing that is coming forward, is planning itself. There's no more planning. Planning is a way of the old. And we need to forget the old. We're already naturally being kind of effused, those of us that are awake, the Spirit family, and you know who I'm speaking of. That's the wind shaking my whole camper, by the way. That's why the camera's moving that crazy. Anyways, that is the, see, I forgot what I was talking about right there. You have to be really careful with this time. But take comfort in knowing that this feeling of disorientation, this like almost spacey feeling that keeps coming, ebbs in and out, completely normal. Not only is it normal, it's absolutely beautiful and warranted. Embrace it, accept it. Okay? Now, one of the reasons why we're having this difficulty, and I've discovered this with myself and I'm sharing it with you, so once again, if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, no worries. This intense feeling of scattering, disconnection, disorientation, a feeling of like, we were such a tight-knit little ascended group, and all of a sudden we feel like we're floating around about like a bunch of balloons that came untied in the wind. This is actually a really good thing that's occurring. It just doesn't feel like things used to feel, the old. So we're in this process now of forgetting the old, and that's very, very important that we let this go. Allow yourself to be disoriented. Allow yourself to be disengaged. Allow yourself to forget. Allow yourself to feel. And that's the key word we're going to be touching on in a minute too. Allow yourself to feel what is going on around you. Now it's compelling. It compelled me. So I'm taking an assumption there that it probably did the same thing for some of you. Maybe even just one, but once again, it doesn't matter. It compels you to plan more. You're like, okay, I just got to get my nose to the grindstone, get my feet down. What is it that's driven me thus far? Okay, I got to pick up that plan and work with it because things are falling apart. It must be something I'm doing. So let's plan. Let's make plans. Okay, so you rearrange and you change and you make different plans and you think, okay, this is going to be the plan and that's going to be the plan. Well, the more that we do this instinctively in the old way that we have been, all it's going to do is block the coming of this new. And that is the way of the duality. That's one of its new plans. Plans, there's that word again, is to use the old to block the new. And we're assisting in that because the only way it can occur is if we do it, right? So what we need to do is reassess what we're doing. And as a matter of fact, stop doing and really start pouring into being, only being. The sense of I just said that. It's this very disorientation that we want. This is where we want to be. If you look at the word oriented, what does oriented mean? You're fixed. You fit. Everything's neatly played out. It's all where it's supposed to be. And everything feels copacetic because that is the way of the old. That's what used to make us feel all the things that we desired to feel. We were oriented in this world. Now this disorientation is part of forgetting the old. Disorientation, non-planning, disorientation. That's the new state of being. I know, not comfortable because it's not part of the new, it's part of the old. But we always have to throw out the old in order to usher in the new. There's no room for old and new. They don't mesh together. I don't know about you, but I want this baby to come. I want this new birth. I want this new world. I want this new next phase, the newness that I sense. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And in that willingness is where Spirit, gave me this information that I'm sharing with you today. And, we've heard this before, this not being oriented. We're not supposed to be of this world. Only in it, but not of it. So we're feeling uncomfortable. But very soon, as the new becomes more present, we will feel the comfort in that. Because we are very much a part of the new already. We're being reformed to be a part of that new. So very soon, you'll see the feeling. You'll be like, oh, this disorientation actually feels like home. It feels like comfort. The old is gone and passing away. It will come. But in this kind of lull that we're in, this blending of the old disappearing with the new coming in with more force, we're going to feel not comfortable. Not only is that okay, but embrace it. That's good. That is the old way of learning. The old way started, it probably started in many cycles and many times, but from my understanding, that was Yeshua. He came in with this incredible, powerful movement to take and put learning and order into something that did not have that. So he began this process of learning and order. And it was beautiful and perfect and absolutely prophetic. Everything about it up to this moment, absolutely precise. But even Yeshua and our Father tells us to empty your cup because the old doesn't serve the new. So we need to do that in such a profound way that we may not have understood up until this point. Okay, it's passing. The new is all about expression, wonder. Feel what you feel. Now, I'm talking about emotional outbursts. I'm talking about feelings. Emotions are a side effect of feelings. We're talking about sacred heart center here. So, feel what you feel and allow your feelings to guide you. There's no plan. So if you've had plans, I have all kinds of plans. Plans are what led me here. They started with the, Omega Alpha, videos. There's been so many plans that have led me here. And you got to let go of those plans now. There is no plan. Only thing we'll do if you enlist a plan of your own is going to, slow down the way of the new. That's all that's occurring. That's why this feels like something's off and we keep planning, we keep trying things, but nothing's working. What's working right now is letting go. And I know this isn't comfortable. Believe me, it's not comfortable for me either. Okay. So it's feel what you feel, let it guide you. What we have learned thus far has been perfect for the old, but does not serve this time. So empty your cup once again. Hello, have we heard that throughout all time? Yes, we have. The difficulty that I've encountered and that I've witnessed and that Spirit has shared with me is that leaving this learning ordered way behind is causing far more grief than many can handle. And we are grieving it because it feels as if we're losing something. Once again, duality. We are not losing anything. As a matter of fact, we're gaining everything. So in this state that you find yourself in, embrace that disorientation. Start to welcome it, even ask it to come in with deeper, more profound depth and power. Embrace the planlessness of this moment. Embrace the fluidity. Embrace the wonder. Embrace the expression. Expression is a boundaryless thing. And if you're finding these things are coming, bubbling up from within you naturally, just all kinds of different expressions. They go from one end of the hue to the next. I'm not going to even begin to define, because I know what my expressions that naturally come from. I can't even withstand them. I can't even contain them. I can't. If I try, it's not even possible. It's very uncomfortable. I apologize for breathing a little differently and coughing a little bit. I just I went through a little bit of a physical thing, and still healing out of it, but I'm doing much better. Once again, the physical discord that's occurring too, it's all part of this. Embracing this disorientation and making way for the new. So what Spirit is saying at this point is to understand that disoriented existence is actually pretend for a little bit. Pretend it. And that means just treat it like it's real for a little bit. Spend 72 hours and pretend that this disoriented, kind of disconnected, balloony in the wind feeling is actually what you want. And embrace it. Encourage it. As a matter of fact, go deep within and ask Spirit to bring forward more of this new, and to help you to be in this place where you are in an enchanted, expressive wonder of attitude. And see what happens. I've been doing that, and I can tell you right now that this is the way of the new. We're breaking away of something that was part of a first order, and we're moving into something that's a new part of a new order that is not order, that is planless, orderless. And once again, it's a trinity. It's creation. This part, as they become recognizant? No, let's just say it this way. It's recognizant. I can't remember what the word is, but as they recognize each other, creation of the new is coming forward. Everything is always a perfect trinity. Holy Father, Holy Mother, Holy Creation. Everything is part of this perfect balance of masculine, feminine creation. Negative, positive creation, which I had that the other way around. It's positive, negative. The feminine ion is the negatively charged one. These things are present in everything. So this old order of learning and order is coming in recognition of this new order of wonder and boundlessness and experience and expression with no order. And then out of that union is going to become the birth of this new that we all feel within our hearts. Go here, live your feelings, live what your sacred heart is telling you, and that's all you have to do. And the world will change. It's already occurring. Chuck your plans out of the way. I mean all of them. Any graven image of any plan you've had, if it has to do with Global Witness, if it has to do with, anything, Naughty Beaver, the Arcturians, anything that's drawn you this far, beautiful, perfect, not negating a bit of it, grateful for it, am I? But you got to let it go. All of it. Empty that slate, so empty that you're floating around in the air with this somewhat uncomfortable feeling of letting go of it all. And feel. Follow your feelings. Because this is how we're being guided through this beautiful new. I love you very much, and I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day. I'm thoroughly enjoying this spring. Things are blooming. The bees are coming out. And there's no accident that this spring feels particularly magical to me. And I'm sure you're feeling the same way. There's many new things Father is putting in my heart to begin. And they're not plans. It's just things to watch as they naturally form. And they are naturally forming. Just this morning I had some very big aha moments floating around in my own disorientation. So continue in that path and know that I love you very much. And you are well loved by all the benevolence that are joining in this venture that we're in. And yeah, I think that's it. So have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. And namaste. The divinity in me totally sees the divinity in you, and I love you, my brothers and sisters. with much more than I can ever express in human audible words. I'll talk to you soon.